LaVondra Coleman.
And I'm Chaz Coleman, and we are owners of Mooyah Burgers. Our journey to entrepreneurship probably started right after we got married.
When I met him, his aspirations always was to be an entrepreneur.
I wanted to do something meaningful where I could support myself and support my family, but also feel like I'm contributing directly back to society and culture. For some reason, that just made me feel more complete. I graduated in engineering, and my father died when I was rather young. I was 22 years old. So I didn't think that I could just come right out of school and start a business. So I went to work. So I had an engineering degree. It turned out to be, I think, kind of God's plan, because going to work is where I actually met her. Started my first job in New Orleans at a nuclear power plant. We stayed there for 3 years, long enough to meet, get married, and actually start our first business.
Yes, we did. He made me realize my creative talent through floral design, and talked me into actually starting my own floral business. So I had a floral and gift shop, and he helped me with that a lot. The main thing was that we loved doing it. We just loved being owners, something that was our own.
So then we moved to South Bend, Indiana. I took another role there at a different power plant. But once again, the desire to kind of be in business for ourselves kind of started again. And so we decided to get into real estate.
I ended up over there as a real estate agent for about a year. And I decided, hey, you know what? I think I can do this and be a broker. So I went on ahead and got my broker's license, and he said, you know what? I think we can do this and have our own brokerage. So we went from there and did that. We started our own franchise.
And that was our first experience with franchising. And I gotta say, it was great. What I left out of the early part of the story is that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I had a long-term dream of being an attorney. The morning after Barack won president, I had a talk with my son, Q, and I said, okay, so no more ceilings, right? So now, you as an African-American male, you can do anything. You need to always think big, don't ever think small. And he says to me, he says, well, then why aren't you a lawyer? And so it's like, okay. It just made me realize he was watching, that he was not only listening to what I'm saying, but he's watching what I do. So we decided that gotta pursue this. We scoured the country for a place that had an engineering supervisor's job available at a nuclear power plant with a law school that had a part-time evening program. And so when you did that whole filter, one place in the country popped up, and that was Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Law school started in 2010. It was 4 years of the most grueling times of my life.
He's not gonna say, but I'm gonna say, because I'm very proud of that. I'm sure he is, but too much. Summa cum laude. #1 in his class.
I'd made her a promise when we got ready to move from Indiana to Baton Rouge. Once I get out of law school, get everything settled, then I'll personally purchase you a new business.
And I didn't let him forget.
She did not let me forget. She's from South Louisiana. She knows South Louisiana culture. So she says, let's do food, because that's South Louisiana. It's more than just eating, but it's the hospitality.
That's right, yeah.
Just welcoming people into your establishment, to your home. So she wants to do food.
Our son in high school, they went to a field trip in New Orleans. They ended up eating at Mooyah for the very, very first time, all of them. He and a bunch of the guys got together and they ordered some burgers. They ate, and they were so good, they pooled their money together to buy a bunch of burgers. He heard us one day talking about, well, I wonder what what we should do, what sort of restaurant. He said, hey, have you guys tried this restaurant called Mooyah? It was absolutely fantastic. The burgers were great. And we said, let's look into that. So we found that there was actually an existing Mooyah here in Baton Rouge. We had no idea. And we went out as a family to one and had it, and it was very good. We were very impressed by it. And then it just took off from there. I was really impressed with the customer service and the way people treated us. And I was telling her, I said, well, you were looking for a business where there's hospitality, and this seems to be it. We said, let's do it. He left the office, and 5 minutes after he left, he said, you won't believe it. He said, the franchisee for Segan just called me and asked if you guys would be interested in buying it. Yes.
We were like,
how lucky was that?
Wow,
that was fantastic. We couldn't believe it. It was meant to be. Actually ended up purchasing it which gave us all of the experience, and we had the experienced employees that were there. They actually stayed on. We learned a lot from beginning to end.
It just really encouraged us to say that yes, Baton Rouge can take another Mooyah. We move forward with our plans, and now we've opened our second location. But I love it. I mean, I love the new design. I love the new layout, the new color schemes. It pops a little more. It's a little more
modern
yeah,
and
modern.
sleek, and
Yeah.
with the benches and all the booths that we have, everything I think is just clean lined. We have a lot of young people that come in as well, and they notice all of this, and it's been great.
I like working with our team. We try to pass along some skills and some lessons that we've learned along the way to them to help them be more
It
successful.
was a lot of fun getting to actually go through the building process of this Mooyah. I like the construction portion of it. I like getting in there and doing that. This was fun. The other restaurant was already built. We decided we're going to be in Baton Rouge. We wanted to go as local as possible. And the first thing we did was went out there and looked for one of the best, more experienced construction companies we could find, and we did. And we're so satisfied with them. Great construction. They did a fantastic job, and the whole building journey, it was a lot of fun, and they made it very, very easy.